Hello, I am Natalia Wagemans. I am the global head of the Purina Institute. And today, I'm very glad to welcome you to the Purina Institute Microbiome Forum virtual event, Putting Microbiome Science into Clinical Practice. We have today healthcare professionals, veterinarians, healthcare team members from the different parts of the world. It's almost 3,000 people who are attending this event today, and I'm very, very glad to share the latest science in Microbiome Forum with the faculty of the great experts in this area. But before we start to talk about the program, I would like to say a few words about the Purina Institute. The Purina Institute is the global professional organization that serves as a voice of nutrition science. Nutrition science is very important in the life of pets, and you as a healthcare professionals should be at the front line to really bring this nutrition science to make our pets live longer, happier, and healthier. We share this nutrition science through the different means, and we trying to exchange our knowledge between different parts of the world, between different audiences and different experts. We are connecting the most innovative minds in pet nutrition. We are partnering with the global thought and key opinion leaders to bring their thoughts together. We are sharing great breakthrough researches. We facilitate the exchange of the knowledge, and we are shaping the nutrition conversation. We really believe that science is more powerful when it's shared. Our global goal to elevate nutrition conversation around the world. And if you see on this map, we are doing that through the digital channels in different languages. That indicates that we are really present worldwide in English, in Chinese, in Japanese, in French language, in Italian language, Spanish and Portuguese, and German coming soon. At the Purina Institute, we represent a very impressive research and development community from Purina. It's more than 500 scientists and experts in pet care. Together, we represent more than 100 years of research. We have 8 research and development facilities around the world in 5 continents. We have more than 500 papers published and more than 1,700 patents that are or filed or already patented. As a part of the world's largest food and nutrition research organization, we share expertise and explore nutritional connection between pet and human health. And definitely microbiome is one area that is extremely important. And as a part of Nestlé, we are doing very much interventions to bring microbiome research for the benefit of pet health. And as you see over here, we were first who did a direct comparison of the dog and human microbiomes and demonstrate the similarity between microbiome in 2 species, as well as a similarity in their response to diet. We were first to offer a shelf-stable probiotic supplement, Enterococcus faeces, which we know as SF68, proven to promote a healthy immune system and provide dietary management of dogs or cats with diarrhea. We were the first one to offer a shelf-stable probiotic, BL999, proven to reduce some anxious behavior and help dogs cope better with external stress. And with this, I really have a great pleasure to invite you to the program today. And the leader of this program is Dr. Jan Suchodolski. You know Jan Suchodolski, he doesn't need a long introduction. This person was graduated in veterinary degree from the University of Veterinary Medicine in Vienna in Austria. And after working some years in small animal specialty, he returned to academia and received his PhD degree in veterinary microbiology from Texas University and working on molecular markers for the assessment of the intestinal microbiota. He is a board certified in immunology by the American College of Veterinary Microbiologists. Dr. Suchodolski currently serves as a professor and associate director of the GI lab, and his is very heavy publishing, more than 340 peer-reviewed manuscripts in the field of veterinary gastroenterology and microbiome. The next speaker of the day is Dr. Linda Thoresson. She's graduated from the Swedish University of Agricultural Science. In 2001, she became a Swedish specialist in diseases of dogs and cats, and in 2007, a Swedish specialist in small animal internal medicine. Few years she was serving as a medical director at Evidensia Specialist Animal Hospital in Helsingborg. And her PhD is on cobalamin supplementation in dogs with chronic enteropathies. Linda's research interest is in intestinal microbiome, including modulation of microbiome beyond antibiotics. And Linda Thoresson currently serves as the president of the European Society of Comparative Gastroenterology. Another expert today is Dr. Kelly Swanson, currently the Kraft Heinz Company endowed professor in human nutrition at the University of Illinois. Most of his lab's work has focused on dietary fibers, prebiotics, probiotics, symbiotics, and postbiotics. Internationally recognized research program that he runs, and Dr. Swanson serves as advisory board for many companies in human and pet food industries, as well as non-profit organization, including the Institute for Advancement of Food and Nutrition Science and the International Scientific Association for Probiotics and Prebiotics. The next doctor who will share her expertise with you today is Dr. Helena Stubing. Veterinary degree March in 2020 from Ludwig Maximilian University in Munich in Germany. She became a doctoral degree and fellowship in veterinary gastroenterology in June 2020 under the supervision of Dr. Stefan Unterer and Catherine Bush-Hahn and Jan Suchodolski. Currently a research assistant in the field of internal medicine and involved in canine and feline clinical practice. Dr. Andrea Reisinger also received veterinary degree in March 2020 from Ludwig Maximilian University in Munich, Germany. She became doctoral degree and fellowship in veterinary gastroenterology in June 2020 under the supervision of Dr. Stefan Unterer and Catherine Bush. Currently, she's a research assistant in the field of internal medicine and involved in canine and feline clinical practice. And with this, I'm giving stage to Dr. Jan Suchodolski to kick the scientific program of the meeting.
Okay. Thank you so much, Natalia. Welcome everybody all over the world. And I'm really very grateful for the Purina Institute to allow us to really have a program here, Microbiome Forum, to spread our knowledge here. It's the second year we have it. And I think the microbiome is a new words. I think a lot of stuff, a lot of microbiome words we always associate with some research, but when you really go back and look about the last 20 years, how we provided gastroenterology, we actually always treated the microbiome. Back then, we didn't understand some of the pathways, but now having the microbiome parts of intestinal disease, understanding much more of the pathways, the role it plays, it actually explains a lot of things that we saw maybe 20 or 30 years ago, we just couldn't explain about it. And so today's program is really mostly about to see that the microbiome is really part of the GI tract. But the microbiome is also a metabolic organ. So we know that a lot of metabolites are produced by the microbiota. This can be either dietary components, or it could be actually host components like bile acids that are converted and ultimately play an important role. And those metabolites have an important role for inflammation, for host health, but they also control enteropathogens. And I think we're going to have also this year a few research abstracts. So those are young investigators who did their studies, and their work really brings the microbiome and GI disease together. And I think I'm really excited to talk about it. So today's a talk about Clostridia lots, but I think it's important because Clostridia, some of them can be beneficial. You're going to hear about Clostridium rhamnosus. Some Clostridia, like perfringens, that we always thought enteropathogens, really with a new role. They are modulate the gut microbiota, and I think it's really important to understand should we treat them or not. And I think we're going to hopefully get by the end of the day to the answer. Also, we're going to only have a few questions after each talk, and then after the discussion closing remarks, we're going to have all authors coming back together, and we have a more like a panel discussion about some of the Q&A sessions. So I'm really excited today. And so Linda Thoresson has been introduced already. She's a specialist in gastroenterology. She I think almost exclusively does nowadays GI, and she does really those really severe cases that get referred to her. And she has a lot of experience how to manage those chronic refractory or chronic to difficult managed cases. So I'm really excited, Linda. It's up to you. Welcome.